Hi, hello, good evening, and good day. It is November 6th, and we are here to recap Sunday's special eviction episode. Certainly not lots going on, right? It's finale week. Not much has changed since the last time we were all together,
Yeah.
except for the fact that we are here with our good friend James. So there's not a lot of time to waste. Let's just jump into this sucker, huh? Whew. Did you see that theme? It's like the March of the Fallen Soldiers, as I like to call it, once we get to this stage of the game. Um, I am Kyle Petty, and I am joined, as always, by my festy besties, John Dunphy Fields and Gina Morgino, surname also forgotten. And we are joined by our very special friend, James Lott Jr., and this is Strat Chat. You can find us on the socials at Strat Chat Pod, including Blue Sky. I promise at some point I'll get back to it. There's a lot going on. I get no time for it. But if you want an invite code, I'll send you one, and that can maybe help me get back over there. But until then, this is what we got. So, since the last time we were together, what happened? What happened? That's when we lost Mama Suri, right? At Matt's hand. That is actually what dropped the hyphenization of my name. Too much, too much. Couldn't take it, couldn't take it. Definitely, in my opinion, bad move on Matt's part. Bad move. We'll see how it plays out. But we kind of went into this episode. Who is our final four? Good day, Julie. Matt had me say this out loud. I hate that you are making me sound like this Billy Jane.
Boo,
Well,
boo,
she-
boo,
Second
boo.
I started, I took it right back.
Good day, Julie.
She is one of the four still left, though.
Right. Oh, how gross. How gross. As my mouth would say, well, a mouth full of teeth. And it's like, well, Ma, what else should be in somebody's mouth?
Mouthful of
Mouth
tea.
full of teeth. That's what she says about Diana Ross, also. So it's like, that's really where that line came from. So we went into this episode, obviously, Bowie Jane, Matt, Jag, and Felicia. There was some talk this weekend. All right, so I'm getting ahead of myself. Uh, so getting into the whole thing, the way this episode opened, like who even remembers? It's just so much of the same thing. We know that Matt won this HOH, and like I guess that was like semi exciting. Like yes, no, like whatever. How did we get? Matt didn't win. Actually, did he win?
No,
No, Bowie.
Bowie Jane. Matt won the previous
Right.
one.
Matt won the previous one.
That
I'm
sent
so
Suri
lost
out,
because
yeah.
it's just the same freaking people over and over. It's just like
Uh-huh.
repeating, like who even cares?
Yeah,
No,
it's,
Bo-
it's
Bo-
either
Bowie
Matt
Jane-
or Bowie
Thursdays.
Jane.
Bowie Jane
Yes.
once again won a tiebreaker, and here we are.
Yes, Bowie Jane won, and then put up who? It was
Matt
Suri
and-
Felicia and
Oh, Matt. Yeah, that's right.
right, right. It's all like the same
Jesus
story.
Christ.
Who can remember? Because nobody cares at this stage, right? So it was Felicia
Felicia.
and Matt. Yes, that's how this whole thing unraveled. I never believed that Felicia was a decision. That should never have been. As much as I enjoy her, like I understand, like she definitely, I feel like she does have a much stronger social game that I think people are giving her credit for. But everyone wants to talk about like her competition ability, which is also like nil. Like I don't know. I don't understand why Felicia was the main target when like you've got other people in here who are actually winning competitions. Right.
Yeah.
So
I think it's just like Bowie Jane, and I think Matt too. Like they just seem so set on like they want to go to the final 3 with these 3. Like it doesn't really matter if it makes sense or if it doesn't. Like it's just I thought Jag might have a different mindset than that coming into this week, but we'll get there.
Well, I mean, like we're there because I think that Jag definitely did have a different mentality, and we kind of saw this in some of this episode and some of the things that we read on the socials. I've definitely been dialed out of the feeds, so like don't totally know the context of every single conversation, but
here's what kills me. Let's break this down for a second, folks.
Let's
about the money. Every season when it gets down to the final 4 or 5, I'm always with the same thing. Like, okay, this was cute. Now it's time to get back to the money. And what Kyle you said about Jag kind of expressed that. And I was thinking, God, Jag, this would be I would actually respect you on some level if you got rid of Matt. Like if you just went in there. I was thinking, this actually is very interesting. Like it's, at some point you have to separate. And I think you're right also, John Duffy Fields, that you have something about who you're going to win next year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, yes, integrity is great and cute and all, but at some point, I want $750,000. That's what I want. And I understand French form and blah, 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 blah. But every season, like the same thing. I'm like, I want the money.
That's why I walked into this house. I want to win.
Right.
Even still, like there was one point where, like, again, I wasn't super dialed into feeds either, but I would see clips and tweets or whatever. And there was a point where like Jag was talking about this with Bowie, and I think it was after he had already gone back on like potentially wanted to target Matt. And Bowie was like, "No, man, listen, $750,000 is just not worth it." What do you mean? For someone that I met a couple of weeks ago, of course it's worth it. I don't know you from a hole in the wall.
Worth it for a game that I'm intending to win? Like, it's not like you're playing dirty. I'm just cutting the person.
He met Matt like 2 months ago.
Right.
I don't give a shit about that.
I may not win sitting next to you. So why would I keep you here? Like that is it.
Yeah.
That's all thing. It's money. It's like, and when you say you want to be the first sick person to win and to represent, I'm like, that's legitimate. I get it. You're like, okay, but you're like, I'm gonna stay loyal to whatever. And so what the fuck they call it now? I don't. There's a minute.
Oh, the mafia.
Oh, whatever.
They're stupid.
The mafia when it's a 3, it's the Minutemen when it's a 2. But I think that's also worth mentioning because no matter what company they're in, if they do their stupid M
thing.
They're always right. They don't have to be nervous because either it's the mafia or it's the Minutemen. At least they got that down.
But it's dumb. I'm like, in the end, it's like, don't you want to win? I mean, like, and all the perks that come with winning. I was watching your girl, John, on Bold and Beautiful this week. Last week. Taylor Hale was a model on there last week. So there's all these perks you get when you win the money. And I was just like, come on, folks, like, don't you want that? I mean, many of you guys want to be in the business, right? You get opportunities if you like. It's just like this whole thing. Like, I just want my integrity. I'm with Gina. I'm like, I met you 2 months ago.
I don't care. Screw integrity.
I was even rolling my eyes. No, just even like when Matt got put up by Bowie Jane, both Bowie and Jag made comments like, "Oh, I feel kind of bad, kind of tricking Matt." I'm like, "What do you mean tricking?
There's
what
only
are you talking about?"
Yeah, like you have to pick 2 of them.
Right.
Yeah, like
what was that whole it was that whole stupid we'll make Veto game.
Thinking of a number between
or what I'm like.
That's so stupid.
Even take the money out of it. I don't know how much you've paid attention to Strat Chat in the past, James, but I will say that I always liken this to Uno. Okay? We're sitting down on a Saturday night. It's 11:47 p.m. We had the drinks. We had the DiGiorno pizza. Cookies are in the oven. You think I'm not making you draw 2 if we're down to the wire? Fuck you. Yeah, I don't care how close we are. Like, I'm making you draw because that's the game. There's no money involved. I probably spent money to host this Uno party, right? But I'm gonna
take the other night too
because we're playing a game. And like, so it's not about integrity. It doesn't mean that I think anything less of you when this is over. I'm not attacking you. I just want to win. Like, I don't know why we're putting so much like focus on things like this.
I laughed so hard last night because there was a tweet that made me, I meant to send it to you, Kyle, and I forgot, but somebody else started just like referencing other games a la your Uno references, and someone was like, so what, is Jag gonna feel bad when he's playing Scrabble and he gets a triple word score? Is Jag gonna feel bad if he's playing Mario Party and he throws a blue shell? Like, that's the game!
Exactly, it's the game! If we're not playing to win, then why are we playing? Like, it's the whole,
they do that every season. It's like,
yes,
you get that. I was like, is it? So my thing is it because you are secluded from the world? Mm-hmm. You're secluded from regular creature comforts. Does that warp your brain a bit? I always say it's every season. I mean, when I was doing the show 10 years ago, and so that's one of the things we talked about. Like, does it really? Because like you can't write, you can't listen to music, you can't all these things. You can't unless you get the HOH room and there's things you get. But like, I mean, you can't watch TV. I mean, I just wonder, does that warp your brain where you're like, yeah, I'm in love with so and so. I love them, and I want to do everything I can to support them. And you're like, but just here to win.
Yeah, I think it certainly could, kind of warp your brain and kind of feel like, all right, this is I've been hanging out with this person exclusively for months now, like without any contact from my family or friends or anything. And like, you obviously probably get pretty close to these people pretty quickly. But I feel like over the years, we've seen enough people that struggled with it and then ended up cutting their number one at some point that I'm just kind of like, if you're not able to do that at this stage of the game, like Jag or something like that, like, I just consider you a weaker player than the people that have come before and have cut their number one, even when it seems so hard.
I see John Duffy Fields as one of those people. You're gonna you're gonna fall in love, and you're gonna be like, I love her. I love her to the end.
You would absolutely be a showman's victim.
You would. I'm like, John, stop it. It's the money. Get off of her. It's the money. I can see you, John.
I think people would be very surprised with me because that's me in real life. But if I'm playing a game, I'm like, sorry, boo-boo. If you're not going to talk to me after November 9th and like what we had was not real, that means you're not really riding for me, right? That means it's only about you. It's only about you if you win. Like, how come? What about your sacrifice for me? If it's okay for me to sacrifice, you can't sacrifice?
I also do.
What's up?
I have two things to say. The first one is very silly because I know I heard it as soon as I said it, and I thought that nobody would clock me. I said Mario Party. I meant Mario Kart. I know there are no blue shells in Mario Party. Please stop yelling at me. But
at least she called out her own blunder. I'll give you that.
As soon as I said it, I heard it, and I said, well, maybe nobody noticed. And then here comes my Blevins. But on a more serious note, I did see some discourse about this as well, because there's two things to this. I think there's a lot of people saying that this might be just a product of a newer version of the game in like a social media world, that like people want to be more loyal to their people and play with more integrity for fear of cancellation or looking like, a bad person, and then social media comes and attacks them because they're not a good person, like that kind of vibe. But I also saw a tweet because Jag is the first sick player that we have ever had on Big Brother. And we heard people, we heard this a lot with like the cookout and things of that nature, of people saying that like when you are the first of a group of people to play and potentially the first to win, there is a lot more care that people take of like being very, very mindful of the way they make their decisions and the way that they navigate and the way that they're perceived, because it's like he has the responsibility now of unfortunately representing his entire culture, whether that should or shouldn't be the case. Like that is what he ends up feeling. So like there is also a piece of, okay, well, maybe he wants to play with more integrity rather than making these correct game moves for that purpose as well. And I saw a lot of people talking about that on Twitter and stuff last night.
And here's the deal, Gina. After a year, no one's gonna remember who he is if he wins. Most of these people don't know who they are. Only very few actually permeate into like the consciousness, like
sure.
or whatever. Like most of them, everybody knows who. I mean, well, in the reality universe, everybody knows of Dr. Will or like a Richard Hatch from Survivor. Like it's very few folks outside that give two shits about anybody. So I'm like, you win, you have your moment. They always say like the Emmys and the Oscars. Who won last year? I have no idea. Like unless you're somebody huge and big, nobody gives a shit. But I've heard the same arguments. Right? I mean, all four of us here have been minorities of sorts and things. So we know, a woman or black or whatever. I mean, we know it's like to be the first of something or one the only of something in certain places. I get that, I guess. But I don't know, it's reality TV. I don't know. And I also know, someone said in the chat room, I want to tell you guys at home, sometimes production does have a hand in stuff. They do. It's well known. They do. It's not scripted. It's just they suggest things or twist certain games.
They mingle.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I did see a lot. Yeah. I saw a lot on Twitter of people complaining that Jag had been hinting that he might cut Matt for like a large part of the day. And then suddenly feeds went down for several hours. And when they came back, everybody was saying that all Jag was talking about was keeping Matt and getting rid of Felicia. And people were very suspect about like, why did the feeds go down? And all of a sudden, Jag's completely changed his mind. We have no context.
Which like, it could be one of two things. It could be both things. Like, yeah, I do suspect some shenanigans there, or at least, at the very least, some targeted questioning. But when the feeds came back up, there was also what seemed to be a very emotional conversation wrapping up between Matt and Jag, which like also, leads to maybe they were talking about it and Matt kind of like convinced him not to do it. And then he felt guilty and emotional about thinking about it. And that's what walked it back. I personally think it's a combination of those two things, but I mean, it's one of those things you're never going to know,
Nope. You won't know. No. True.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess in the interest of chronology, is that a word? Chronology. I want an extra syllable in there. Doesn't work. Yeah. Needless to say, Jag won the veto. Super uninteresting. I don't even remember what it was. The comic verse / scramble verse like made them put.
It was the days.
TV house, put them in order, and like Jag did it the fastest. Like, who cares? Not very interesting. Right. I did think that maybe Felicia had a fighting shot at this one, and she proved me wrong once again. Like, she failed me. So nothing there. So Jag won, and that's how we really got to the point of him now making this final decision to cut Matt or not, and obviously landed at Miss Felicia, which I think is like such a waste, because it really. I think that Jag cutting Matt at this stage would have, because he was the sole vote to evict, being the person who won the veto. I think that would have put him in a very wonderful position to say that was my big move, because socially, Big Brother is not won on comp wins, in my opinion. Like, people act like that's very, very important because it adds bullet points to your resume. But I think what is far more impressive is a strong social game, because that's a little bit harder to speak to. You don't get the bullet points as much. And
while I
Jag
agree
has
with
no
that,
bullet points socially.
While I agree that a social game is more impressive, it is really hard because every season of this game is so different. And it's like, you don't know what that specific jury is going to resonate with. For some juries, I want to see how many times you can win, how many times that you were in a position of power to make the decisions and to pull yourself down. Some juries are like, I don't care about that. I want to see how you went about evicting people in a way that wasn't going to make them feel burned, to make them still want to vote for you and navigate through it socially. So it's really hard to gauge which kind of a jury you're going to end up with, because this jury might respond really well to competition wins. And I honestly, like, while evicting Matt would have been the smarter decision because it's easier to win, there's a part of me that wonders if Jag was the one to burn Matt, is that going to now make him incredibly bitter and aid in poisoning an already potentially bitter jury? Like, there is something to think about there. I still think he made the wrong decision in keeping him.
I think that's a fair question, but did you actually think that that's a question that Jag is asking?
Oh, no. I don't.
Right, but you don't really get to give him that credit of that, because I don't think he asked that.
No, he didn't. And here's the thing.
No, he didn't.
That jury is bitter, and they showed it. They're bitter towards Jag. They may admire a little bit of things, but they're bitter. And I agree with Gina. A lot of times they vote on social and how they feel. They don't vote on comps a lot of times in many of these seasons. It's like they're like, how did you do me wrong? It's about them. And a lot of times they vote on that. They go, okay, he did me wrong, but this. Or he did it wrong, screw you. So for me, I just feel like Bowie Jane's dumb. She's not gonna win. I don't think Jack's gonna win either. I don't think they're gonna win. I think it's gonna be Matt all the way home. I think because they're dumb.
I've been saying that for a while, yeah.
Yeah. They should be they both you're gonna be number 2 because Matt is well liked. And he's well liked. And he didn't burn nobody. Really, not really. Not really. Not to the extent
not at all. Not at all. Because he was honestly never really in a position to do so.
Nope.
Right.
No, other than burning Cirie, which because of the stage of the game in which it happened, like
he wanted her there still, though. He wanted her there still. He didn't want to get rid of her.
Right. It's still challenging to kind of paint that as a burn because there were so few people left.
Right.
Yeah.
They believe he's drinking the Jag juice. That's what he said. They're all drinking the Jag juice. They all believe it's. I mean, Bowie Jane to me is nothing. She's done nothing.
Oh, she's absolutely nothing. She's absolutely nothing.
She lucked all the way to fuck out. That's what she did. And I think she has no case against anybody. So, girlfriend, have a good time. Be number 2 or 3. You're not going to get it.
Right.
But Jag made a big mistake, I believe, by not letting Matt go. He had a better chance between Felicia and Bowie Jane. Bowie Jane should let Jag go or Matt go. She had a better chance between. She didn't. They didn't do it. And so. Have fun being friends afterwards when you don't have no money. So have fun.
Boo,
I agree. I agree with all of that. But let me charge you with one more question because I like to play devil's advocate. I like to be the dissenter. Is there a world in which, because so we're saying that Matt is drinking the Jag juice and that is what is his out, right? That's kind of his buy for this whole thing. What happens now with? It's not how I want to start that. Is there a world? Is there wash? But remember what I said. Is there a world in which Jag can now turn that argument and say, like, you know what? The only reason you're drinking this Jag juice because I gave you something to drink.
Well, Jag,
is it possible to say, is it possible to say, like, hey, you know what? I did this so well. You're just accepting what I give you. You're accepting what I give you.
Jag can only.
Is that social prowess?
There's only one Dr. Will. Sorry, everybody else can't do it. There's only one Dan Giesling. That's all you can do it. I'm sorry.
There's only one that can do it. So maybe this is a little bit watered down, right? This juice is not as delicious as it would have been if we received it.
Talking so much about Jag's juice. So much talk about Jag's juice.
Homeboy had a funeral, and like these people were legends. Jag is not a legend.
Maybe the flavor is not as robust, but is it not juice still?
The other thing here, though,
the juicing.
Man, it's nasty.
Oh my God, not the juicing. Oh, come on.
But again, like the other thing here,
you give me a metaphor, you don't want to run into the ground. I love a good metaphor.
But the other thing, like, and Taylor brought this up last night on the show as well. Like, the other thing to consider is, Jag potentially was one of the more quote unquote influential people because of his wins, because of his whatever, because of his influence. But again, all Matt has to say is the only reason you are still here is because I chose for you to still be here. He was evicted 10-0.
Yes,
and Matt said, you only are able to be in this position because I said so.
Yes.
Jag could only
I agree
win.
with that.
Jag could only win against Bowie Jane, I think. Because she didn't do shit. I think he could win against her. He's not going to win against Matt. He's not.
All right. Deep down, I agree. But
I
like a good argument. I like a good argument. Yeah. So, like, is it also possible that Jag could paint the picture of, like, listen, you gave me this advantage, you kept me in the game, and I made the best of it. So am I now penalized because you kept me in the game? That was a decision you made. That wasn't best. Yes, that was best for my game, but like you did it. So I don't deserve to win because you brought me back in.
Because at the end of the day, you're essentially saying, do I not deserve to win because I made you feel comfortable enough with me to use your power on me so that I could now go on this crazy run.
Right. Am I dead in the water just because you brought me back? There is no path for me to redeem myself. Is that what we're saying?
He did redeem himself. He made more enemies.
But didn't he? Like,
nope.
Are the comp wins enough to say that, like, hey, I did redeem myself. I earned it.
No, he earned.
I guess that's for the jury to decide.
It is for the jury to decide. I still say no, but I just like the conversation.
So I think the jury's like no. I think the jury's gonna be like no, but that's the whole point. He didn't make friends or anything. He continued to build.
They don't like you.
They don't like him. That's what it's about, Kyle.
And to be fair, again, like after he was brought back, with the exception of like a couple of moments in there where they absolutely had the opportunity, he won so many times that there just wasn't an opportunity to get him out. It wasn't that they didn't want to; it was that they literally couldn't. You know.
True.
So his social game still wasn't great. They wanted to get him out.
Right. They want him out. That's what he didn't make any friends. They wanted him out.
All right.
So no, he didn't redeem himself.
Please don't get mad at me because I'm not championing.
Don't get mad.
I know. I hear you.
Okay, so if my back is against the wall socially, but I keep winning these comps and you can't get me out. At what point do the comp wins start to outshine the social game?
Well, I think when
does that happen?
I think we essentially saw that in this last. We brought it up before, but Big Brother Canada. Ty was one of the most disliked house guests in there for much of the season.
Yeah.
But for what 6-7 weeks in there, no one even had the chance to take him out because he was either the HOH or the veto winner every single week, and he won the season. And I feel like that there's definitely something to be said for that.
But I think about my girl Janelle. I think about even Cameron. They won so many. People kept trying to get them out. And they kept winning and saying themselves, and still didn't help them in the end. I mean, I just think it's admirable. It's admirable. But
I think the problem here, I think, is that in the ones that Jag didn't win, where he could have potentially been in danger, and I think this does speak to some, another positive in his game. Honestly, is that the people that were winning, whether that was Matt or Bowie Jane, feel so loyal to him that, you know what I mean? Like, so maybe he's burned a lot of bridges. The jury might be bitter, but the people that are in there, all the people that have been winning are protecting him. If he's not the one to win, it's Bowie Jane or Matt that have his back. It's like,
again, it's like there barely is like a right or wrong answer here, because it really is going to depend on what this specific 7-person jury is going to value. It could go either way, but whatever they decide they value more is going to be the thing that decides the winner. And
absolutely,
just to like, nothing has made me laugh harder than Sari in that jury segment where she was like, I would absolutely give Jag those congratulations if he was not playing against 2 senior citizens, 1 airhead and 1 idiot. But like that, I think, is the perfect like culmination of what this jury is thinking of. Like, you won a bunch of games against us. Like, what does that say
congratulations,
for you,
whoopee.
Right. Yeah, I love what she said. That was perfect. It was like that's kind of my point. Where is the respect happens when you're winning over people who are heavy competitors, whether it's brain or beast. And I think the problem is we didn't have that this season. Nobody there was like, I mean, it was Jag, Matt, Bowie Jane lucked out because of fucking numbers. Which again is more shade on production than anything else. Give us more variety in the competitions, not just 3 of the same competition that he already won. Exactly.
I also feel like I'd be interested to look, but like, how many comp wins did Jag have, do you think, before Cam left? Because I felt like there was a point where Cam felt like he was dominating. Jag might have had 1 or 2 wins, maybe.
Cam was winning a lot.
All of Jag's,
Well, again,
that's I talked about a positive for Jag's game, though. I just mentioned, but like a negative for him is that the majority, maybe if he's won 8 things, right, 6 of those have happened when it's been him going up against much weaker competition.
Which again brings up the other problem with the season that we've talked about too, is like everyone always says, oh, if I'm in that house, I'm getting the comp beasts out first because I won't allow there to be a situation in which the comp beasts make it to the end. And to that I say, they did. However, there were like 5 of them, and half of them came back because their evictions were canceled. Like,
including Jag,
they did evict him. They got rid of him. They did it. They did it with Cameron too. Like,
and there were floaters that made it to the end. Cirie, Bowie Jane, and like, they just basically flowed their way to the end. They didn't do anything. I mean, I give you credit because I love Cirie. I was like, she just literally just flowed to the end. Got lucky. And Felicia, poor thing, she kept on the block, but she was never fully the target because she wasn't threatening. So I was like, yeah, she flowed her way through also. I mean, it's like they flowed their way through. I mean, I'll give Jag and Matt some plan. They did strategize and make plans and stuff. But the other three, they didn't do anything. They really do it. They have nothing to say. They have nothing to say, really.
Yeah. That's true.
Also true. I do want to circle back though to the Ty from BB Can comparison because I do feel like that was a little bit different. I definitely see Ty's game a little bit differently now postseason, like in after we spoke to him, because we did have the good fortune of having a conversation with him when the season ended. But looking back on that situation, like we kind of said that his social game was not great. Right, because he kept being put up on the block and he had to keep winning his way off of it, winning his way to safety. There's something to be said for the fact that when that trend began, everyone said that I want to make sure I put Ty on the block right out of the gate. I don't want to backdoor him. I want to give him a chance to fight for himself. And they knew how good he was in some of these physical competitions. So the fact that he had a social something enough that they respected him enough to not backdoor him and give him a chance to fight for his right to stay in the game, I think stands for a little bit more.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I don't know that's a completely fair comparison. Like now,
no, it's just the comparison of just like people who haven't maybe played the best social game, but making it almost impossible to get them out because they keep winning. But I also think that Ty, I agree with you what you said about Ty. It's different socially, but I also think competitively too, because when I think back to some of the competitions Ty had to do, the level of competition was way more even in that house. Right. I mean, I remember Ty beating people like Hope in some of these competitions. Even all the girly pops, I think, were more athletic and it was much more even competition wise in that season of Big Brother Canada.
Like, and I am not comparing Jag and this person in any way other than their positioning in the game and their personalities.
Scared to be canceled.
But if I was
preface statements,
but because if I was going to compare this situation to somebody else, it's giving a Jackson Mickey type game where like that was somebody that people did not like and wanted to get out and like wanted to target, and him and Holly kept winning each other to the end, and he had somebody that rode for him so hard that even though she also knew I cannot win against him, she kept being loyal to him enough too, where like the two of them just kept consecutively winning everything one after the other, and so nobody was able to target him until he got to the end.
And see, I didn't watch Canada, but I can tell you, for me, I look at people like Rachel, Riley. I look at Dr. Will. People, they were not well liked either. Evil Dick got far along too in his seasons. Like there's people who weren't liked at all that got social game was fucked, and they got through. And so so Gina, I agree with you. You're right that every season is just very different, and obviously the earlier stuff was very different than it is today. But I'm going back to like. So Jag is not, so to go to Kyle's point, Jag is not well liked. He could still win, yes. But I feel like it depends on who he takes to the final two. Yeah. I think that folks are just gonna soften the map more because he's just so well liked. That actually he didn't do it, he has no blood on his hands. He just has none, really. So it's almost easier to go, give it to the nice guy who's also deaf, came over his challenges too. Let's not forget. He came over his challenge, first deaf person, did good. He did well in competitions. Also played a cool game.
Also had a rough road. Had a very rough road in this house. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Production did not do him any favors in accessibility at all. And look where he's gotten.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's kind of like, is that even bigger than Jag being the first sick person? Because he's deaf. And then also, Bowie Jane, to me, she's just like mayonnaise. I don't think anything's gonna happen with her.
Mayonnaise.
The other two, they both have a story. And people like stories also.
They sure do. They sure do.
I will say, I selfishly, I do wish that Jag had cut Matt just so that he could feel the instant regret of cutting Suri.
I agree.
Yeah, that would have felt nice. That would have felt nice.
But then he probably would win against Boy Jane. I think he would win against her because she didn't do nothing.
Yeah,
I think he would win.
Totally
but now
fair.
Matt, I think if Boy Jane wins or whatever, it's just if they don't choose Matt to go, I personally think both are gonna lose. And they're not gonna get. She's not gonna get America's Best Favorite House Guest. She's not gonna get it. Jag ain't gonna get it.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
they're not. They're never gonna get that either. So good night. A lot of times they get it right. They gave it to Tiffany that one season. I hate Tiffany. I was like, oh, I disagree with that.
Oh, that's a hot take for this podcast. That is a hot take. Oh, Kyle Petty has left the chat.
Kyle Petty left the chat as John Dunphy feels. I can't do it. What do you mean you don't like Tiffany? That's a conversation for another time.
Yes,
we're going to have a whole different pod for that one.
America gets it wrong sometimes, but most of the time
they didn't that year. They didn't that year.
We were a Tiffany Stan account over here on Strat Chat. That was a hot take.
That is where my AFP campaigning began. All right. My entire slogan every single day on the Instagram was, if I've ever made you smile, if I have ever made you feel anything positive at all, ever in your life, then I need you to text the name Tiffany to 97979. And people were sending me screenshots. I don't know what this is, but this seems to be very important to you. Like so stupid.
Oh my God, it's perfect.
So stupid.
Oh,
there are some spoilers that I do want to get into though, because we do know who won the first part of.
We got to do something first.
Oh yeah.
Give me a minute. You're gonna ruin my segue. That is where I was going.
I'm sorry.
You doubt my transition prowess.
I got nervous.
So before we get into spoilers, but first we have something else to do on this beautiful Monday. A Monday surprise for our Monwan friends. It's time to judge Julie. Y'all better gather round. Okay, we had a special.
I'm so sorry.
We had to get dressed more than once this week. And we're super excited about it because James is here to review Julie fashion. So this is what Miss Julie wore on Sunday night, okay? Beautiful jewels. She's throwing us a peace sign. She's really feeling herself. Makeup on fleek. Beautiful top. Looks like it came with a jacket, right? Matching patterns. We didn't really realize that. Lace on the bottom. Black slacks in the good studio lighting. That's all we can see from this picture because she did not give us a blessing of getting to see her shoes. All right, I
was gonna say no shoes, huh?
No shoes.
There's there were no shoes in the Taylor picture.
There might have been in the Taylor picture. I didn't want to do that to Julie because I felt like showing a picture of Julie next to Taylor immediately negates.
Yeah, showing a picture of anybody next to Taylor is disrespectful to the other person.
Exactly. That's why I didn't want to do that to her. So I just figured I wanted to give her a hot based on her own merits. If you want to show a picture of her with Taylor, we can certainly do that. But this by itself, I still felt deserved a hot.
Yes. 100%.
Okay, good. How does everybody else feel? What you guys think about this one?
I'm giving it a tepid.
A tepid.
Tepid. Actually, I'm giving it a tepid, but that tepid is closer to a not than a hot.
Oh, whoa. So we're not even able to steep tea in this?
Nah,
can't even steep tea?
I felt like this is like, it's finale week. This is a special Sunday eviction. And I felt like I walked in and this is like my math teacher or something.
Ooh, damn.
Damn.
Sorry, I don't know what to tell you.
Disrespectful.
Math
finale week. It's finale week.
The arithmetic.
It's finale week. Here we go. Matt agrees. I agree with John. It's 2 Sunday school teacher for me.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, it is Sunday. This is the Sabbath. You know,
I'm just saying. This was a hot. Oh no, not that one. It was too small.
I was gonna say you aggressively said that was hot, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I saw the color. I saw the color. I saw the color. This is what I meant to come for. This is a hot. This is a hot.
That is hot. Yeah, it is.
This outfit is not on the same level as that last one.
It can still be a hot.
Right.
So I guess it's my turn.
Yeah, please, by all means.
I judge my judgments. I'm with John. I give it a lukewarm.
There we go.
I'm like that statement, Julie. It's like, did you go on an archaeological dig or something? Is that an arrowhead? Like, what's going on there? Number one.
My goodness.
And that top and stuff. I'm like, girl, I'm sure around my age. I'm like,
Jurassic Park.
Some things we don't should wear. I think there's certain things. I'm like, it's a little too low. That's like my grandmother's like curtains. I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. The slacks are fine. The ponytail's fine. Her makeup's good. I don't care for the waist from neck to waist. That whole outfit, man.
Yeah, it's just kind of whatever, right?
Damn.
Not a fan.
Do you feel different when you see her next to Taylor?
That's two hots.
Taylor's hot. So that's just me.
Taylor is definitely
They're both hot.
Taylor was looking good last night.
Yeah, it makes Julie worse. It's like, Julie, you're not 25, girl. You're like,
does it? But now we have a high focus on Julie's pony. Like that doesn't help it at all.
I like the pony. No.
Right, because we see the pony here, but like we know it's there, we're not really getting the full effect. This, we're getting it from the side, like that doesn't help at all.
No, I like the pony.
Oh no!
I like the pony.
Damn.
Sorry, Miss Moonves. Sorry, Miss
Yikes!
So I don't know. Celestial sees things is just sitting in.
It's 2-2. It's 2-2 right now. I use my power of veto to veto somebody's nomination. Taylor, I'm like, I veto Kyle's nomination. No.
Wow.
I love Taylor. Taylor's outfit's a bomb. She's a bomb.
Oh yeah, Taylor looked fantastic last night.
No, she is. I mean, that goes without saying. She's a hot no matter what she's doing. I mean, she can walk out in like in a hoodie and sweatpants. Hot.
Yeah. No, Julie, I like some Julie stuff. I like her bangs and things. I like those stuff, but I like this at the top wasn't. I'm like, It's not
I just look. We look at things like this, right? Like here's one. This looked great, hot for sure.
I love it. I love it.
And then this one we showed hot for sure. This just is nowhere near the same level to me as those other two.
It doesn't. Because people like us of color, we can wear lots of colors and lots of things. You can stand us out. Black is for people sometimes they wear like slimming or whatever. I do all the time. But like, I mean, for people like her, the color looks good. She has color. It looks really good on her. She can carry it off. So I think more color for her. I think. Than
damn. Thanks. I'm really surprised at how this one ended.
It's just me and you, Kyle. Just me and you.
It's you.
Yeah. This is not how I expected this to go. Damn. Sorry, Julie. We tried, girl. I even uploaded a new picture live for you.
We had your back, Julie.
She's got another shot, finale night. But
if she doesn't come correct for finale night, then we're all gonna just collectively rip her.
What would you say? What would you say if finale night she came out in this exact outfit? Would you consider this a finale night?
It can't be an outfit repeater.
No, I'm not saying to wear it again. I'm saying if it was finale night when she wore this. Not saying she's going to wear the same thing again.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious.
Outfit repeater.
Lizzie McGuire, you are an outfit repeater.
I would not be pleased. I would not be pleased if that was for finale.
Then I feel like if this for a finale week special eviction, it's still got to be a higher bar than what we got last night. Come on, especially when you're bringing Taylor Hale on. You know how she's gonna look. Come on, Julie. It's almost as bad as the denim. Almost as bad as the denim.
Freaking denim.
Listen, here's the thing about. I think the Taylor Hale thing elevates it a little bit more. I still believe that Julie is a God-fearing woman. I imagine she's in church all day long. I could imagine that this is what she wore to church. She went to the afternoon service at 4 p.m. And then she said, you know what? I have to work tonight. Let me go swing on by the studio and do what I got to do. Because I'm a working woman.
So, my dad don't work anymore. So, yeah, she got to work. Yeah, that's right.
Damn. Sorry, Julie. We did the best we could.
They did. They tried.
But with that, it allows us to move into spoilers. So those of you who do not want to know who won the first part of the HOH or anything like that, you can bounce out now. You can find us in the socials at Strat Chat Pod. We're everywhere you want to be socially. Ooh, using that forever. That was really fun. That was super fun. James, where can our friends find you if they're interested in finding more James Lott Jr.?
Oh, if you want to yell at me about Julie Chen Moonves, you do that too. Where all James Lott Jr.'s are sold at James Lott Jr. and all social media platforms. Thank you, including TikTok.
So that's that. Pop off if you don't want to hear the spoilers. All right, because we're going to get into all that now. The first part of the HOH was played, and it was won by Matt Klotz.
See?
Yeah.
See?
And I saw on
Jag,
Twitter, people already saying that Jag was regretting
of
bringing
course.
Matt along to fight.
Of course he was. Of course he was. Because what happens if Bowie Jane wins part 2?
I know.
Like, are we really, really convinced that Bowie Jane is actually going to bring Jag? Yes, she said that in that one conversation they had in the kitchen, right? Because Jag was like, oh, I think the final 2 should be us. Well, of course she's going to say yes, because, like, she's not that dumb. She might be playing for second, but that is where she wants to be. So,
Right.
like,
apparently, I think she'll bring Jag. I think she really is loyal to him for some reason.
Can't decide.
I think she is.
I can't decide either because again, I still don't feel like I know enough about Bowie Jane or how she does anything. Like I feel like she doesn't know things.
I mean, honestly, though, either way, it's like for Bowie Jane specifically, it's a risky decision either way because Jag is the comp beast of the season, so she probably sees that as a risk if she brings him. But then Matt might, Matt's also won competitions and might have, done a better job socially in the game than Jag. So either way, it's like I feel like a tough climb for Bowie to beat either one of them. Like that's why I could see it going either way for her. She might just think that less people like Jag, so let's bring him. I don't know.
Some doctor named Will. I love Dr. Will. So anyway, when we started. I was a very early Big Brother watcher. I like many of the folks back then. Anyway,
I love Dr. Will too, like honestly, but like I also wouldn't be upset if somebody else took over these roundtables because like I don't feel like he is as relevant as they would want us to believe.
What I was also like. Taylor is also, I would love it because even I think it was Taryn was saying this last night. Normally when we get like past players or guests or whatever on to talk about what's happening in the house, it's just like people talking about nothing, like it's not an exciting conversation. They don't have a lot of like nuance to add to it. It's just like regurgitating everything that the edits say. Taylor sat down and was like, here are all of the things that are happening in this game. Here's why every person specifically deserves to win or not to win. And here's where I think the game needs to be moving going forward. She criticized the competitions. She criticized the formatting. Like she had so much substance to add to that conversation.
I definitely picked up on that. Like it made me very happy that Taylor was there and did not seem afraid at all to criticize the show or the network in like her comments, like talking about how the competitions weren't, maybe equitable enough, like all that kind of stuff. I was like, I'm glad that she's there because I've seen other video clips of her in other places kind of talking about CBS and Big Brother, the show in general, and just like not being a huge fan of certain decisions, but it's also a different thing when you're sitting on stage across from Julie Chen in a live, episode of this show, and you're still not afraid to say those things. So I was like, Taylor's the type of person they should like bring on, and other past players too, as like consultants and advisors. Like this is what we need to do to fix this show because clearly people are unhappy. So it's good to have somebody like
so
Taylor
much more
there.
interesting than Jerry O'Connell.
Oh my God. But what I love so much about Taylor too is like, yeah, she would like straight up say all of these things in an interview too. But it's also like, I've been hearing her talk throughout the season on other podcasts and things like that. And like, she is the first person to say, I was a recruit. I did not apply for this show. They recruited me. And I said, okay, I'm going to be on Big Brother. Let me watch those compilation videos of past seasons so I know what game I'm playing and I know how I have to navigate through this house. Other recruits are just like, oh, I'm going to be on TV. How fun, so great. they don't do their homework, and then they come on the show and they have no idea what they're doing. So she's always like, as much as she criticizes the show itself, she's also so critical of the people going on. Like, I was a recruit too. I did not know what Big Brother was. I did my homework. Do your homework.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would love to see more of her commentary.
Love it.
All season long. She should just have her own podcast.
I mean, she's been doing more of the stuff with Us Weekly. Like, she's been doing a lot of exit press and things like that.
Right.
Yeah, yes, she has.
If she didn't want to, if she didn't want to start her whole own thing, though, I could see her being like, it would be great to have her as a regular on like Rob has a podcast or Sharon.
She does a lot. She's on Rob has a podcast pretty often.
I feel like she should either be on like Rob has a podcast or Sharon Tharp's podcast like every other week. Just be like a constant voice in the community.
I don't know why she's not considering Strat Chat.
Or Strat Chat. Come over here, Taylor.
Yeah.
We took a drunk selfie in an elevator together. She can hang out with us.
Like, come on. She loves the booze. She loves the show. Like, let's go.
And surprise,
let's chat about some Strat.
And surprise, her and Homeboy didn't make it after all. Okay.
That's because he's for me.
Okay. I never believed they were together anyway, but that's not a story. But it's like, it was good press. But and they were pretty together. But that's all I believe. I didn't think it was for real. I thought it was for real.
Matt Blevins already has a name for Taylor Hale's podcast. Hell yeah.
It's
on the nose.
And Matt Blevins also says that Gina's drunken Taylor elevator selfie was the best elevator selfie ever.
I could not agree more.
That was a fantastic night.
I just want to say she was beautiful on Bold and the Beautiful. She wore the gown. She was really pretty.
She's always beautiful.
Yeah, she did a great job on the show. Yeah. I didn't want to ruin my show. She didn't ruin my show. It was good.
Of course she didn't.
But make sure
you're in safe hands with Taylor Hale.
You were on a soap opera. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Taylor Hale.
I know, John. That's his woman. I know. I know.
Stupid.
All we got is 2 nights. We got 2 nights left. Tomorrow night and Thursday, right?
I don't even think I'm watching tomorrow night.
I know.
I'm gonna watch tomorrow night just for the sake of it, but like I won't be watching live. I'll be enjoying a nice cuddly night with my partner. I won't be paying any attention to this. But I'll watch Wednesday morning over a nice cup of coffee.
I love it.
Coffee.
I love it. And then Thursday. Did you guys?
And then Thursday.
You guys make predictions? Or you think they're gonna win or no on the show? Do you make predictions or no?
I mean, I would make a prediction. I feel like it's hard at this stage because I feel like I truly don't know enough about like what does Matt actually think? Yeah, what does Matt actually think about his position in this game? Like we haven't really seen that in a little while. There was Jag, who I was pretty convinced that if he won that veto and he was a sole vote to evict it, I really did think that he would get rid of Matt. And then we had that diary room blackout where the feeds went down, and then like all of a sudden that changed. So like it's a little hard to say.
I'm gonna say I'm with you, James. My random prediction, who I think could win,
same here.
It's gonna be Matt.
I've been saying it for a while. Yeah, I think he's the best positioned.
Yeah. You see, that's predictions are hard. That's the whole point. You just got to make a prediction.
No, they're definitely hard. But if Jag wins part 2, and he goes in to win, and then they play 2-3, and then it's Matt and Jag wins, I do see a world in which Jag says, you know what, this is the time to do it. Yeah. And if he's sitting next to Bowie, I don't think that's a W.
It could totally happen. I'm just making a wild random guess.
Same here.
I'm just gonna say my prediction's Matt.
They all are.
We'll see how it happens, but we'll see what happens. But I also, Natalie, yes, if Taylor ever comes on this podcast, I will be buried in a mountain of Lay's.
Lay's for days.
Lay's for days. They will not be plain. No, they have to be salt and vinegar.
Barbecue. Hello, barbecue flavor.
Barbecue.
It's the hello barbecue.
Missing the salt and vinnies. I don't know. I gotta be in the right mood.
Or sour cream and cheddar.
Salt and vinegar only. Oh,
that's the one.
Well, sour cream and cheddar, I only enjoy that when it comes in the form of a ruffle.
And ruffle.
And I'm not exactly sure that is what Taylor loves.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I love
flimsy lays.
I
Can't withstand the dip. Can't do the salsa. She likes the flimsy lays.
I love it. Oh my god!
I will only have lays that Taylor was seen eating in the Big Brother house. Whatever flavors she was having.
The regular one.
Plain.
Well, I think she had a different bag at one point, a blue one also.
I don't know.
Lightly
That's true.
salted. Lightly salted.
The blue. Oh well, blue is also salt and vinegar, so
yeah, it's also lightly salted. So.
I remember seeing her with a yellow bag and a blue bag. So, do you guys think we're getting a proposal on Thursday? Natalie Duran wants to know.
No.
From who?
I don't know. Well, Matt
and Riley.
Matt says yes. America is proposing to Corey, but I'm sure you could also apply that to Matt. Do you think Matt would?
Yikes!
I don't want to see anything.
No,
because Matt and Riley are definitely on the same page as Swaggy and Bailey. If you want to compare,
apple. God, no!
It is the same situation, and I didn't like it then, and I won't like it today. So, no, thank you at all.
Oh,
no
I hope not.
Y'all only saw each other for 3.5 weeks. Now all of a sudden you want to spend the rest of your life together? Absolutely not. You have not been tried by the fire. What happens when that paycheck doesn't stretch far enough? What happens when that leak is roofie?
That leak is
roofie.
That leak is roofie.
When that roof is leaky.
Oh, my goodness. What is happening?
I don't know what's happening. It's time to get the hell out of here.
Matt says this is the Doritos war all over again.
Put the poll up. I think he means poll. Everyone's crap.
Strat Chat and Chip Debates name a better duo.
My God.
The Doritos thing was very heated.
Was it Cool Ranch versus Nacho? What was it?
It was Cool. So we asked people their favorite Dorito flavor, but we had it restricted to nacho cheese, Cool Ranch, or the was it spicy jalapeno?
It's the purple one.
Yeah, the spicy, the sweet and spicy chili.
Oh, the chili, yeah.
Because Kyle loves that one, and then I think the last option was just or other. And we actually we had like a complete, it was a total tie between nacho cheese and Cool Ranch, but the sweet and spicy chili or jalapeno or whatever actually was only a few points behind the nacho cheese and the Cool Ranch. Very surprising.
To me, it's not.
It was surprising, and to be fair, I don't really think that people actually like the sweet spicy chili. I think that people just were liking me, and they wanted me to do better.
Kyle stacked the deck.
Yeah, I don't really think that people really were rooting for it. I don't see anyone else buying it.
Yeah.
I never have any problem finding that in the grocery store.
Yeah, no thanks. They have spicy nacho. They have that one too. It's good. But
that's right. I've seen that. Yeah,
I just like nacho cheese. That's the only one. Oh no, nasty. Nasty.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
I'm never come back on the show again, you guys. You probably realize I pissed everybody off on the show.
Get the hell out of here. You're going to be back.
She's going to use her power of veto to veto me out. I can tell already.
No. Use the power of veto, keep you around. I was only drawn to those Doritos because the bag was purple. Like if I walk around, I'm like, oh my gosh, like what's purple? Like, I'm just gonna buy
Prince. Okay, Prince.
What it is.
Prince was purple.
I do also love Prince.
Yeah, I love Prince.
Yes, I do also love Prince. Purple is everything. Everything in my life is lavender. It's not necessarily because I think that's the best scent in the world. I think it's wonderful, but it's not everything. But if you walked into my house, you would think I thought so.
It's very
because
it's very regal. Everything. Purple is regal. You're a king, so purple is regal.
Yeah, it's true.
I like to. Yeah,
whatever you just like choose.
Whenever I decide that day, I don't know who I am tomorrow. Today I'm a king. Tomorrow,
let's make a prediction. Tomorrow he's a queen. No,
very possible. I don't know who I am when I wake up.
I love it.
So silly. Anything else for the benefit of the community? I can't believe this is like our almost last stream
I
for
know.
Big Brother 25. Like I almost like don't want it to end.
But I can't wait for it to end also.
Right. I'm excited. I am excited for it to end because I'm overwhelmed and I'm tired of these people. But at the same time, like this has been a really, really like fun season to discuss. We've had a really, really lot of good times here. So
well, I mean, according to Miss Julie Chen Moonves, we're about to start something new. So
well, yeah, exactly, Gina. And Matt also just
already know we're getting something else.
Matt also just commented here, and I was going to say that the only other thing I have to add to this is that I just can't wait to find out what the holiday surprise is, and I almost care about that more than I care about who even wins this thing. I don't even care.
Ooh. And is it celebrity? Usually they do that.
They've talked about celebrity, but I've seen a lot of rumors out there that could be a winter winners season that maybe they bring back past winners.
When I think of a winter season, I think about that like February time slot. She said a holiday surprise, so that leads me to believe that something's happening in like December.
Right.
So I don't know if it's even like a full season.
January.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and if it does happen that early, like let's say it does happen like December, I could see it being less likely that would be a celebrity thing because I feel like you're more likely to get regular people on during the holidays than celebrities. They want to be home.
No, here's the deal, folks. I'm here in LA. You guys are in New York. We're still on strike. They have
that's true. That is true. That's a great point.
Game show right now is showing up at this. I get emails every day. James, do you want to be on this game show? Like all the time because there's no work. No one's working.
Yeah, that's a great point. And it's a whole other factor that I like forget about because it's just not
every day. That's why I'm living it every day.
Right. It's not that like
yeah. I'm saying
it's not like that I'm like unaware of the strikes, but
no. But I'm saying SAG-AFTRA. I mean, I'm out here. I live by Sony. I'm here. I see it all the time. So, but they said SAG-AFTRA just gave their last final proposal for this year. It's already November
for this year.
So, like, if they don't take it, and productions won't start till next year anyway because it's the holiday season anyway. Nobody wants to go.
Right.
But the whole point is, I think that celebrities are now available for anything. They're writing books. They're doing all kinds of stuff. They're not acting. So I can see them.
Would it not? Yeah, and it wouldn't be an issue for any member of SAG-AFTRA to appear on
reality TV is not SAG.
It's not SAG.
Right. But is there any kind of like solidarity thing where it's like don't appear on any big network while we're doing this?
I'll say there's actors who are on game shows, the drink game shows.
Right. Okay. So it could certainly be a celebrity thing. Would you be interested at all in like a split of like past winners and celebrities, or would you rather it just be one group?
But why not?
Yeah.
Have veterans versus whatever. Yeah.
The only reason not to, I want celebrities that actually know what this game is.
Right.
Like, I know that, like, listen, I'm a big Todrick Hall fan. I know that the Big Brother community did not like him. I know there's a lot of other reasons to not like this man. I still enjoy him. But, like, I want people like him playing this game, though, like Tamar Braxton as well. People who actually know what the game is. I don't want people, like, as much as we love Cynthia Bailey, she was already on her way out before she figured out even what the game was.
Yeah.
The same thing with Carson Kressley. That's not what I'm looking for. I want, if you're going to be a celebrity and play this game, do your homework. Like, know what this is, and like, let's actually play the game.
Yeah, there are some celebrities.
Let's get into it.
There are some celebrities I would love to see back if they were going to bring back, like Marissa,
Ross, even
Ross. Yeah, Ross.
I loved Ross.
Ross is literally the next person I was thinking of.
You know who I really want back that no one talks about because he went out so soon, but like, I want Jonathan Bennett back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I feel like those people clocked who he and Shannon Elizabeth. These are people who like celebrities that actually did know, and they're like, you know what, get them the hell out of here. Bring them back. Just people who know the game. I don't want them playing 3 weeks in, like, oh, I get it now.
Right.
I don't want that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, come to play. Is there anybody you want to see, James?
None of the folks.
Any celebrity?
None of the folks you suggested. I don't know. I mean, Ross is my friend. Actually, I like Ross. I don't mind Ross. He's my friend. I mean, I don't know because it's celebrity things. Because the celebrity Big Brothers are better in other countries. They're way better. I've seen the one in, especially one in England, way better. So I think I don't know, and maybe because there's a strike, and I was like, who knows? They may play better. I mean, they may really get into it. I mean, I don't know whoever they choose. I mean, it may be a good situation. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know who I went in there. I don't know. But I wouldn't mind a mixture if they did a mixture. I wouldn't mind a mixture or do separate. Either one. I'm just saying. I'm just saying it's a possibility because no one's working. It could be a celebrity edition. To get ratings up and kind of like, they need, in holiday time, why not?
Right.
And if you're doing a truncated season, like if everyone just gets 30 days, just do it twice.
Yeah.
Right.
I still say bring back Over the Top. I don't know why.
Loved Over the Top.
I loved Over the Top. And like, I think I would even love it more if it wasn't such a clearly segmented house. Like, that's something that we say that we want all the time, that power struggle going back and forth. And yes, that was super fun, but I want to see that format done differently. Like, there was so much of America's involvement every single week, from putting up a nominee to getting a vote to sending a care package. Like, I want to see that format again with a house that isn't as fractured and set in it.
So much fun.
A little bit more fluid house. Yeah, I think that'd be so much more fun. There it is. Yeah, BBOTT was a really good time, and I'd love to see that again. Yeah.
I have one more question, because Matt had commented here, if you could pick another Survivor player to play, who would you pick? And something that I've seen from the rumors of, like, if we do get a possible winter winners, season, it wouldn't just be Big Brother winners. It could be winners of other shows. And one person that I've seen floated out there that I would be very excited was Jam Jam. I think it would be so much fun to see Jam Jam in a Big Brother house.
On anything, and I will watch it. I love Jam Jam.
I'd love to see him in anything. To that point, I'd also would love to see Carolyn.
Yeah.
I think Carolyn could be fun in any situation. I would also like to see Erica again.
Oh, yeah.
I forget what her number of Survivor was, with the hourglass and everything. Because I don't think that her stay on the Traders Canada did much for her. I'd like to see her in something else again. Oh, of course, we'd love to see Sandra.
Yep.
Sandra.
And Marianne.
Apparently, she's a huge Big Brother super fan.
Okay. It could be fun.
She doesn't stoke the fire. That's fine.
Oh, wow. Didn't she just get like engaged or married, Marianne, too? Something like that? I thought I saw something about that.
It's possible. Yeah. And if so, congratulations to her. We love.
You sounded so petty when you said that.
I don't mean to, but I don't know anything about the
You like it, I love it. That's how you were like. You like it, I love it.
Exactly. Whatever. Good for you. Good for you. Like, certainly, I'm not. I don't want to rain on you. You're happy. I'm happy.
In October, yeah.
I wish you no harm.
Marianne in October posted goals in life: win Survivor, check; get a man, check. And she just got engaged, in October.
I hate her. No, that's something I post.
Oh my!
Wow!
That's just too much for me. I'm sorry, girl. That's way too much.
Not in James' Big Brother house. We'll have no part of it.
No.
Sorry, Ms. Marianne or Mrs. Marianne.
Mrs. Marianne.
Damn.
But isn't that whole multiple reality show thing being done already on Challenge? But you have Amazing Race people, you have Big Brother people, and you have also mixed in with the MTV people.
My whole thing when we saw this rumor coming out, I wrote in the group chat, I was like, not for nothing, they should have saved the current cast that we're watching for 26 if they were going to do an anniversary 25th multiverse Big Brother season. That's what they should have done. Do it then. Don't do it on the season after your multiverse anniversary season. Put Suri on a season with other returners from other shows, and then take all of the other 16 people that we had this season to make them 26. Like, What are you doing?
Yeah.
I do agree with that, but I think that a lot of the people that were listed as people who are potentials to be in this house are also people who said that they would never sign up to be on something this long again.
This was a long season.
Yeah, where I think that truncated season kind of serves us a little bit, because people have they have real lives now. They got families, they have businesses like that. Like they're not looking to play this silly ass game for 90 days. Like they want to be done in 32. They want to go back home.
When Julie was talking to Taylor last night about how they were on like day 96 or something like that, and she was crowned the winner of Big Brother 24 on day 82. I was like, oh my God, this season is the worst.
That was one of my other favorite parts of last night was when we got Felicia's exit interview, which was so it made me laugh so hard. James was watching it today, and I ran to his room. I was like, I have to see this again. But like, she's like, wow, this was one of the most fulfilling, wonderful experiences of my life. I'll never do it again, but I had a really great time.
Yeah.
But then she did end with never say never. Yeah. She's like, you never know. And it's like, right, because you can get 2 or 3 years out of this and be like, you know what? I could do another go.
Oh, and when Gina said James, it wasn't me. I'm not in the room next to her. I mean,
my roommate James.
Oh, right. I'm here. No, it's not me. She said James, like me. I'm not there. How did that happen? Sorry. Go ahead.
Even though you guys are matchy tonight,
we are.
We didn't shine any light on that. Yes, 2 power vetoes in the house tonight. James inspired by the Lady Morgino.
I was. The lady was like, I was inspired by her. I got it. HearMouthPlusYouGuys.com.
There you go. We're getting lots of fun possibilities too for people that
stuff in there,
for potential house guests that people would like to see, like from Survivor and stuff like that.
Is Richard Hatch in jail or out of jail? Where is he right now? I can't remember. Where he is. That would my
I'm not sure.
House. That'd be walk around naked all the time. That'd be hilarious. I would love that. This is scary.
I'm down for anybody walking around naked, male or female. I don't really care.
Him and Stu. back again, all those years later, I would love that. Oh my God, I would love that. Or bring Colby in. Season 2, or Ozzy, or who else from Survivor. There's a bunch of those early folks.
Richard Hatch would just like camp out in the backyard and like just be naked in the hammock every day in the Big Brother house.
He's on probation. He's on probation. I told you he's always in and out of jail or whatever. Like, but he's such a good player, so I wouldn't mind seeing him on something. I wouldn't mind seeing him. Ozzy would be good. He'd defied cancer and everything. He'd be great. Like, wow.
Ozzy would be good, especially because like there's no world in which he ever wins Survivor. Like everyone is too in tune to his game, so like that's not ever going to happen. So like he absolutely should. What do you think of Rupert?
Oh, Rupert. Okay.
The only thing I remember of Rupert is that he was a good fisherman. That spear, bink.
Yes.
Always nailed it. Always nailed it.
Good with the spear.
Yeah, that's all I know. But all right, it's like midnight our time.
You guys.
So yeah, it's time to hit the hay. So you can find us on the socials at Strat Chat Pod. And for the people who did stay for the spoilers that stuck in all this time, James, let the people know where they can find you.
Thanks for having me on the show again. I think folks don't think they're recasting after me, but it's fine. I'm James Lott Jr. All James Lott Jr.'s are, of course, the same place I say every time at James Lott Jr. JLJ Media. Tomorrow night is the Loki season 2 finale. John Dunphy is one of our co-hosts, so you can see us tomorrow night. I sent the link out to you and everything. Tomorrow night is when we're going to do season 2, episode 6, the finale of Loki on my channel, JLJ Media. Support these 3, support them, support the show like I do. I can't even say it. Strat Chat Pod. I didn't say it correctly. Support them. Shit.
Okay. And support. We love the crossover. We love all the love.
Yes. We love love, right, Kyle? We love love.
We do love love. And you're always welcome in our house. Always welcome here. So we get this winter season. You already know you're going to be back. You're going to be back on a Monday because you can't do the Thursday. It's too late for you. Yeah. And we have the spoilers. So absolutely, you're back. So, oh, I love that. Yeah. Yes. Thank you for loving our friend.
Yay.
Wonderful.
I like being loved.
Good vibes only. In
Good
the Strat
vibes
Chat
only.
house.
Good vibes only.
Absolutely. That's all we accept. You ain't got the good vibes, we block you.
That's right.
We've done it before.
No, we really do.
It's
we
been
really
done
do.
before.
It has been done before, and we'll do it again. Don't try us.